What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. Again, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than what we usually do. I wouldn't say different, but we're including something that we don't usually do. So we're going to be doing another unboxing video, and yes, I know I need another haircut. Stop commenting about it. But I got a package sent to me from South Korea this time. Very interesting. I did speak to the company. They did send over their product for review. So we're going to have to unbox this and check it out and give my honest opinion and see how it works and if we like it. Otherwise, let's move on to the unboxing. Bam. Korea, South Korea. That's where it's from. Sent to Crypto TV. DHL, if you haven't noticed. Bam. So I did obviously open it up real quick just to make sure everything is what it's supposed to be. And it was. Obviously, you guys can see here, it says Crypto TV. So, you know, these are another cold storage hardware wallets. We did another review on this. It was the Litecoin. Very similar concept, but they claim to be better. They claim to be more advanced in terms of technology than the Litecoin, but we're definitely going to have to check that out. So here it is, and there's a couple things, you know, I did obviously research these companies before, you know, they reached out to me, and here it is. Let me open it up real quick. Really good packaging, guys. If you did consider buying this, just understand it will come very, 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 very well. Oy vey. All right, so here it is, guys. It's the DCent, delivering trusted connectivity. Now, I did a couple, you know, things on here. I did review, I did check it out, and obviously it says, no refund if seal is broken. Yes, I just did this. You pop it up, very beautiful case, opens up like that. And then this is what we see, the ID sent at io.com or .io. That's their website. This is their logo. Very cool. I love the packaging. Obviously, we can see, get started. Set up your DCent, follow the instructions in DCent user guide, back up your recovery seeds, set up DCent wallet app, connect to mobile phone with Bluetooth. So a couple of things to discuss. So compared to the Litecoin does have a hardware app. The app can go on the iPhone and it can also go on Android. Now the thing is with this, the DCent, it is only for Android. That is something to know at the current moment. They are creating software and app to get it on the iPhone, the iOS, but that is soon to come, so keep that updated. So that's one perk to Litecoin compared to this. Now there are a few things that this has that Litecoin doesn't, but the other thing is this has Bitcoin. You know, you can store Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and a couple other tokens, but it does not store Litecoin at the moment. Yes, they are constantly updating this, so eventually they probably will accept Litecoin. So here, obviously, we have the DCent. Very, very, very neat. Just want to peel this off really quick. Wow, so it looks beautiful. It's brand new. So here's why this thing is cooler. Or not cooler, but unique compared to the Litecoin. So it does have a screen like the Litecoin does. The Litecoin was a little bit bigger, but more customizable. But the thing the Litecoin didn't have is, obviously you guys can see here, and you're probably wondering what that is. It is actually a fingerprint scanner. So it is a cold storage wallet that is so unique, it can only work by your finger. So it would scan it like that, and then bam. So let's continue on throughout the rest of the packaging, and then we will, you know, see what else they have. So there's the serial number. It is a micro USB. You can see right there. Put that aside. So let's unbox the rest of this and see what exactly comes with it. Really good packaging too, I might say. We have a DCent user guide right here. Really big user guide, actually. Comes with tons of instructions, obviously in Korean and also in US. Somewhere, yeah, over here. So this is the user guide for the US version. See right there, all the instructions. And it is similar, you know, cold storage wallets are similar in all aspects. Here you go, your personal recovery seed. This is where you're going to write down your 24 seeds. So Litecoin had 12. This has 24. So I guess it could be considered more secure than the Litecoin. And then lastly, it comes with the micro USB wire to charge it and potentially hook it up to the computer. I don't see why you would need to hook this up to the computer. I think this is totally just for charging the device, and you can plug this right into a wall. This way there's no access to the internet at all. So that's another interesting but cool perk that the DCent offers. So I do like that a lot. So it does say get started. Obviously we have to set up the DCent, so let's turn this on right now. There's only one button on the side, so that should turn this on. There we go. You can see my DCent right there. We click English, which would be okay. We can create, recover. So obviously we're going to create a wallet. Obviously, if it does show a PIN and other things like that, a PIN or our recovery seed, I'm obviously going to hide that before I upgrade it or show it up. But let's just enter that in real quick. All right, so once you enter your PIN, that's the first security setting, we now have the enroll finger. So this is probably the coolest part to this thing. So I'm going to use my pointer finger, and then we tap it once, hold it there, scan 12%, scan 25%, 38%, 50%. All right, so you have to push down a little bit in order for it to scan. You don't just hold it on there. 75%, 88%. Bam, once it's at 100%, you can see it says processing now. Then we have to verify and scan the finger to make sure that it works. And then bam, device is secured. Warning, your recovery seed is your backup of your private key and must be kept safe. And you click I understand, that is okay. And then it should process your recovery seed, and then you should obviously type that in or write that down on a piece of paper, and you should be set for the next step. So it does show my recovery seed. I'm obviously going to hide that because I do want to use this, and I'll show you guys what's the next step after this. So this thing is actually pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, it does have its ups and downs compared to, you know, the AliPal or the Trezor. I mean, the Trezor also didn't have a touchpad or dial. You had to do it all on your computer and then displayed it all. This does. You do have to scroll through to, you know, to choose the words to verify your seeds. So that is kind of a downer that you have to scroll through here, but it's really not much. You know, you can't really complain for what you're actually getting. It is definitely very, very, very well made, and I do really like this sleek design, and it is a little bit different than the AliPal. You know, you got the AliPal is a lot bigger, and I know, like, to most that's not really a problem because these are usually going to end up in a safe. But the way these things work is they verify the transactions. So basically, you're not actually putting your cryptocurrency on this thing. You're putting it stored on an app, and the only way that app is allowed to send money off or to another account is if you use this to verify that transaction. Without verifying the transaction, the money will not go anywhere, and your cryptocurrency will stay secured on the app. And now, like I said, it's only for Android. They are going to make an iPhone one actually very, very, very soon, but they decided to send this a little bit earlier to show me. So here are the coins that they do accept currently: Bitcoin, Ethereum, ERC, what is that, RSK, RRC20, Ripple, Monacoin, EOS, and that's about it for right now. So those are the ones that are accepted. It's pretty cool. I do want to show you guys their website, but hopefully you guys like that unboxing. Definitely check these guys out. The link will be in the description of the video. And otherwise, let's move on with today's episode. Yo, real quick, guys, I actually just found out they actually do have an iOS app. When I was speaking to the developers, they told me that they weren't actually out yet with the iOS app, but I just a quick search of the Apple Store, you know, the iTunes Store, the App Store, and I actually did just find the DCent app. So correction, they do also support iOS, so that's huge. That's a huge update that they did, and they're constantly working on this. So I just wanted to update you guys on that. Alright guys, so hopefully you guys liked that DCent unboxing video, basically showing you guys what exactly comes inside a DCent if you do decide to order that. Following that, we will also, we do have a couple things to discuss in today's episode. It's not just an unboxing video. We're obviously going to look at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum. We're also going to discuss Tron because I do want to check this out with you guys, and it will be, you know, a following, I guess, series that we will continue to watch it until its big move. So we will also be checking out DCent's website, and then I do have some pretty interesting news. I do want to discuss a person called Moon Overload on Twitter, basically showing you guys it's the next halving is estimated by 2020, May 2020, and I didn't want to show you guys a very interesting pattern and discuss that with you guys. Otherwise, if you guys like the content, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's dive into today's episode. So currently we're on the coin market cap, and as you guys can see, we have a couple of things to take note of. Bitcoin dominance 53.3%. We have 24-hour volume of 16 billion and a market cap of 114.1 billion. So we obviously are seeing a small decline in the Bitcoin dominance. We're seeing a 24-hour volume which is slightly higher than what we saw yesterday, up around $2 billion, which is quite a bit. So money is definitely moving onto the exchanges, which is always nice to hear. And who doesn't like when money is moving into exchanges? That means your coins are going up. Market cap 114.1. That also is an indication that money is moving up. You know, it's a little bit higher than yesterday, maybe $1 to $1.2 billion higher, but that's what we want. And just a quick correction, 24-hour volume, it means money can either be moving in or out of exchanges, but clearly seeing a higher market cap is an indication that money is moving in. So looking at these top 10 cryptocurrencies, Litecoin is still holding number 6, very, very, very strong. That is definitely nice to have another day of holding this. You can also see a very interesting uptrend forming on Litecoin that we will, you know, look into a little bit more when we jump onto the technical analysis part. So it's coming up a little bit later in today's episode. But furthermore, top 10 coins, we have 3 out of the 10 that are in red, which is unfortunate. But, you know, Bitcoin SV, you know, not many people should be holding that. Not many people that I know hold it. Stellar is definitely a bigger one that people like to hold. Well, Litecoin holding number 6 at $2 billion, $71 million in terms of market cap, up at 34.35, which is actually pretty darn high. We definitely have to check that out. It's definitely a price that we like to see, up 2.64%. And then we see Bitcoin up 0.17, still attempting to break the $3,500 barrier. We'll also be checking that out in a second. So before we jump into the articles really quick, what I want you guys to know, guys, is there's a link in the description to an ABRA wallet, or an ABRA exchange to be more precise. It's backed by Litecoin, so all transactions that happen under it. And if you're a supporter of Litecoin, which you guys know I am, I use ABRA to make all my, you know, transactions and things like that. But they're doing a promotion right now, which is pretty awesome. Basically, if you deposit $5 worth of US dollars from a bank account into cryptocurrency using their exchange, into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, whatever, they will reward you with $25 of free Bitcoin. And I keep stressing this in every video because I want you guys to really take advantage of this. A free $25 of Bitcoin. I've already done it. You guys should do it too. A bunch of my friends have already done it, and I know a lot of you guys are jumping on this too. So if you haven't already signed up for that, or you haven't already, or you're new to the channel and you haven't heard of this, definitely make sure to click on that link down below. Check it out. Download the app. Put $5, which is just $5, and they'll reward you with $25. And it's that simple. There's nothing more or nothing less. As soon as you deposit it, they'll give you the 25. It takes like about a week, and once it's in your account, you can do whatever. You can withdraw it, and then there you go. You got free 25. It's basically a way for them to, you know, grow their audience and grow in popularity. That's all they're doing. It's going away, I think, in the next week or two. So definitely take advantage of that. But moving on, guys, I did want to show you guys this article. So this is pretty cool, or this website. So DCent, obviously you saw in the unboxing, I pointed out that the DCent had a website. This is the website. This is exactly what it is. Very, very, very professional, I might say. A couple of things to note here. So DCent is a hardware wallet. You know, it's the cold storage hardware wallet similar to the AliPal. We did discuss, you know, the differences really quick, but I wanted to show you guys what exactly it had inside of it. So it says DCent's easy and safe. You know, there will be a link to this website also in the description, but it says personalization, providing personal optimization service through biometric fingerprint authentication, direct fingerprint authentication for every transaction. Secure, private key encryption, decryption, processes isolated, secure OS, environment, IC chip, blah, 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 blah. Get real-time transaction history on your mobile app, provides easy UX, and we said mobile, it's just for Android right now, but it will be showing you guys iPhone, iOS very soon. They have 2 colors. They sent me the black, and as you guys hopefully know, I love black. My car's black. Everything's black. But this white one looks really nice too. And it's basically showing you the safest way to store your Bitcoins, securely isolate your private key in the DCent, and enjoy Bitcoin without risk of security incidents, which is obviously awesome. The DCent will protect your assets. DCent is virtual money hardware wallet such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, provides the best security service by isolating the most important private key for payment of virtual by separate IC. In addition, the product does not connect directly to the computer. That's what I wanted to point out. But provides a service from a separate device, thus providing a hack-safe environment. It provides an interface that allows you to immediately check your transaction history via a secure OLED display and easily view each transaction with a registered fingerprint. So that's the cool part that I wanted to stress with you guys, similar to AliPal. It is completely off, you know, the internet. There's no internet connection to this, which means no one has access to it. It does have Bluetooth. That's how it hooks up to the phone. You scan it, bam, you accept the transaction, and that's how it works. But otherwise, if you turn it off and you put it in your safe, there's no access to it, no internet. It cannot be hacked, and that's the really awesome thing. And that's kind of why I wanted to show you guys this. You can see multiple cryptocurrency support, secure private key management, large OLED, biometric authentication. So the fingerprint scanner was also brand new. So that's another reason why I wanted to bring this onto the channel and show you guys the technology that's really growing within, the hardware wallets. That's a whole other market, a whole other community dedicated to, all the other things that you can do with cryptocurrency. So it's pretty awesome. If you guys wanted to get one of these, like I said, the link is in the description. You can obviously download the software manuals and stuff. But moving though on to what I also wanted to point out. So Litecoin, guys, Litecoin. Moon Overload. It's a guy that I found on Twitter, and I wanted to show you guys his most recent tweet. So it says here as it loads up, number one, Bitcoin has traditionally started to pump around 1 year on average before its halving date. So 1 year before, that's when it starts to pump. So the next halving is estimated to be May of 2020, meaning that the uptrend will begin May of this year, in which case you'd only have a few months left to buy Bitcoin at this low of a price. So what exactly does that mean? So basically he's drawn up a chart here, a picture of his charting. I can't zoom in. Oh, here we go. I'm trying to zoom in for you guys. Whoa. And basically he's showing you guys the pattern that happens. So 1 year before each halving, the coin goes up. That's what he's trying to reference here. So you can see this was I believe the 1 year mark. So the start of the uptrend, you can see right here, we had our bear market pulled down. Then 1 year prior to the halving, which was here, we continued up, we climbed up, we shot up, and then we see the pullback, which we just recently saw. This was in 2014, 2015. We saw the pullback 1 year prior to the halving. We started to increase, and then obviously right after the halving, each time we shot up, at a massive rate. So obviously May 20 is coming very, very, very soon. So May 2020. So 1 year prior to the halving, which is obviously 2019 of May, which is right around the corner. That's when they're projecting to see an uptrend. Obviously, correlation doesn't mean causation, but it's definitely something that you guys should notice and take note of. And obviously, he's showing this is a downtrend. It's very similar. These chartings are very similar. Decrease, decrease, decrease. As soon as we hit 1 year prior, we start to move up. And then we just take off, and we take off, and about halfway through, then we start to climb down. So it'll be very interesting to see what exactly happens. Now this is not going to be a massive explosion, but we hit the 1 year prior, and then we should start to accumulate and slowly trade back up until we see the halving, and then we could potentially see a big trajectory. Now Charlie Lee did say that doesn't have any correlation to do with Litecoin or Bitcoin. It's just common occurrence, but it's definitely something to take note of, and I did want to show you guys this because I did find it quite important. Otherwise, let's just jump into the TA charting. I do want to discuss that with you guys. Now I'm pulling up Litecoin right now. You can see the current price is $33.91, and we are starting to head up. Now obviously, if you guys want access to any of my trading view charts, the charts that I use, and follow me on a live basis and see all of my moves and all of my drawings, and make sure you guys are keeping up to date, there's a link in the description to my Patreon where you guys can get access to my charts as well as my personal phone number if you guys ever wanted to call, discuss, talk about cryptocurrency, get to know me a little bit better. That's all on the Patreon link down below, so definitely check that out. But furthermore, moving on to this Litecoin 4 hour, you guys can clearly see what exactly happened. We finally, obviously, but finally broke this resistance line, and we shot up very, very, very high. Very nice to see. We broke bullish, shot up. Unfortunately, we were nearing overbought. We were overbought on the 4 hour. We needed to pull back down. That's exactly what we did. Now you can see the current price is $33.92. It is nearing its previous high, but what's interesting to notice, we're not going to be overbought. So that's giving us more potential to move up. We did need this retracement. You can clearly see we held it very, very nice. Now we're using this resistance, which was 33, as a support. So that should help us continue to move up. And I do think $40 is its next projection zone. I don't think we're going to pretty much break down. We could be using this as a support once again. Maybe one more retest, drop that the RSI a little bit lower, and then we should see more volume, and we should move up to $40. That's honestly where I'm expecting the coin to go, but we'll obviously have to sit back and find out. So definitely as you heard in the Bitcoin overload, this is a time to start accumulating cryptocurrency or holding it. Guys, the markets are practically at the lowest they're going to be for quite a while now, so it doesn't make sense to at least hold on to a little bit of your saving. Now, I wouldn't even say savings, a little bit of your rainy day fund into it. I know that's what I'm doing, because who knows, you know, 2-3 years from now, your $1,000 could be worth $30,000, and that's going to be huge for a lot of people. But Bitcoin 4-hour, you can see the downtrend, and it's following pursuit very well. We're seeing a support at around $3,370, and in this 4-hour resistance, you can see that the high-low MMA is pushing a lot of downwards pressure on the price, and we are just around the corner. I believe the 9th, which is in less than a week, we should see a retest of this downtrend, and we could potentially see a nice pop, shooting us all the way up to, who knows, $3,500, $3,600 fairly quick. Lastly, checking out the top 3 blue chip cryptocurrencies, the last one of them is obviously Ethereum. You know, guys, we do have the same downtrend, similar. Ethereum's is a little bit different than Bitcoin, because I do not really see another downtrend within Bitcoin. Very possible though, but you can see this one's a little more pronounced. You can see that this was a small descending triangle that formed. We broke bearish, found our previous support at $100, 102, 103, trading out sideways once again. We're nearing to retest this, you know, resistance level, and we're kind of breaking through here. I want to see if it holds, if we can close a daily candle above that. It'll be very interesting. You can see we've had other points where we've broken above, but I do think this is a lot more soon. The 7th, 3 or 4 days from now, we should see this pop or break in a very rapid direction. So guys, accumulate. You know, we're going to see another, you know, big move very, very, very soon. And lastly, for Tron, obviously you guys can see clearly we also have an ascending triangle forming on Tron. We have a resistance at the top here. I did say I would buy back in when it touched this uptrend. It hasn't yet. Clearly, it did take a quite a big move, actually. Let me pull up that high-low MMA. I mean that RSI. You can see we're also nearing overbought. So it's definitely an interesting coin. If not, if I don't decide to buy it on Tron because of how risky it's acting right now, and it's kind of hard to call its calls, I may wait to see what happens once it hits, you know, the top of its ascending triangle, whether or not it's going to break bearish, retest high-low MMA, probably buy in then, watch it right up. Or if it can actually take a pop and break above, you know, its resistance level right here. If we can actually break above this with a nice, you know, RSI, I may just buy in once I see a peak above it, ride the wave up ever so slightly, sell off, call it a day. But otherwise, that's going to sum up today's episode, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if you like the content, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.